So the Boston Celtics have taken Game 1 in San Francisco. Now, I'm not a fan of either of these teams, so I have no bias towards the series. I'm just watching it as a basketball fan. But this is a short recap and story of Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Both of these teams were lighting it up offensively, especially from the three-point line. And the shot making by both of these teams was just incredible. These are the two best defensive teams in the world, and they still could not stop each other. The Celtics won this game because of the others. Jaylen Brown had a good fourth quarter, but Jason Tatum struggled to score the ball offensively. But he made up for it with his playmaking and obviously his defense. In the first quarter, it looked like Steph Curry was on his way to an all-time finals performance. He had 21 points. That hasn't been done since 1993. I believe he was 6 for 7 from 3. He was just looking unstoppable. Looked like he had the finals MVP already in the bag in the first 6 minutes. And the Celtics just obviously weren't prepared to defend this man. They were going under all the ball screens, giving him way too much space to operate from the three-point line, and he made them pay. The Celtics did make some adjustments, but there's not really much you can do when Steph Curry is on, and luckily he wasn't on the whole game for them. In the second quarter, the Celtics really controlled the pace and slowed down the game, forcing more turnovers, more missed shots, actually getting stops, and making some buckets, which led them to a 2-point halftime lead. And in signature Warriors fashion, they come out with a huge third quarter, build up almost a 20-point lead midway through the third. Otto Porter, Wilt Chamberlain's grandson, came up big in this quarter. He had like 4 threes. And the Warriors were just cooking up. They had all their screens and cuts going well, getting open, hitting shots. They built up their lead. But the fourth quarter is what made the huge difference in the ballgame. If I'm not mistaken, the Celtics didn't miss a single three, especially when it mattered. Al Horford came up huge in this quarter. Derek White hit a few threes. Even Peyton Pritchard got in on it. Marcus Smart didn't even have to check in until there was like 3 minutes left. Those guys were playing so well. And Jaylen Brown started off the quarter with like 10. Hit a few threes, got to the bucket. Typical Jaylen Brown things. But big respect to Tatum. He was not getting the ball to go in tonight, but he made his impact otherwise offensively. Jason Tatum was only 3 for 17 with 12 points tonight, but he had 13 assists to his teammates. And he was just using his offensive gravity very well, getting his teammates wide open threes. And Derek White is a completely new player ever since his son was born. Marcus Smart was doing Marcus Smart things, but the biggest player of this game for the C's was Al Horford. And he's my player of the game, clocking with 26 points, 6 rebounds, 9 for 12 shooting, and 6 for 8 from three-point line. And on the Warriors side of the ball, Steph Curry had a great game, especially the first quarter. But they just could not get a stop when they needed it in the fourth quarter. And, you don't expect Boston to make that many threes going on in the series, but they definitely could. The Warriors weren't even playing bad defense. They just got cooked. Celtics were not missing tonight. And my keys going on in the series, first we'll start with the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's got to get going. The others aren't going to score this well in the other games. Same with Jaylen Brown. He had a good fourth quarter, but he's got to have a good full game. And they need to change how they're defending Steph Curry. They are just letting him get way too many open shots. He's making really good plays, but I know this defense is very capable of defending this Warriors team. Now, takeaways for the Warriors side of the ball, others got to get going. Steph Curry had a great game, but Thompson and Poole, they got to get their shots to go in. Kevon Looney, he's not going to be as impactful as he was in the Mavs series with Al Horford and Robert Williams in the paint, but he can still be a good player. And Andre Iguodala needs less minutes. He was okay, but he did not look like he was NBA ready. He was making a lot of bad plays. Did hit a few shots, though. Wiggins had a solid game, but Draymond Green, 2 for 12 from the floor. That's just unacceptable. Yeah, many picked the Warriors to win the series, but never counted the Celtics team. I still believe the Warriors will win the series. They'll have to make adjustments going into game 2. Steph Curry will have to have another good game, but they need to defend the Celtics team better. And we all know Steve Kerr's a very capable coach of making these adjustments, and we know he will. I say Warriors take game 2, and then series will be tied heading back to Boston. But yeah, that is all the takeaways I have from game 1. And hopefully have a good series. We have had a lot of blowouts in this playoff so far. This one wasn't a very close game, but still entertaining to watch. And a good finals will erase everyone's memory of this entire playoffs. They'll think it's the greatest thing ever. So Yeah, but that is that. That is all the takeaways I have. See you later.